What's going on, y'all? It is Cop Pizzle, and the 2025 New York Giants schedule has been released tonight. And first of all, let me say this. A lot of y'all will comment on my page, and you'll say things like, Pizzle, why are you so mean to these other Giant content creators? Why are you always talking shit? You know, I'll tell you why. I'll tell you exactly why. Okay? A day like today's a prime example. A prime fucking example. And I understand this is a family-friendly show. And you don't like when Pizzle yells, drops a few F-bombs. But I'm just being authentic and I'm being real to you. Okay? I'm being open and honest with you. I'm an open book right now. I have sat here all day long as the schedule's been released, and I have listened to these content creators be just absolutely scaredy cats. I mean, just scared to death. Like they pissed in their own britches. And they're, because somebody looked at them funny. I mean, they shit themselves as the stuff was getting released. It's just, it just boggles my mind. Like, Giant fans, we've been through the worst of the worst now. It can't get any worse. You understand? Like, we've already been through the mud. We're through the mud, man. I'm telling you, it's over. Do you understand? Like, I'm so sick and tired of listening to the babies. So let's look at this schedule. First out of the gate, the Giants have to go play week 1 at the Commanders. Oh my God. Oh, God, we opened the schedule against the Commanders. The Commanders ain't been, the Commanders / Redskins / football team, they ain't been shit in a long ass time. And they finally, like a fart in the wind, finally got a little bit of a smell to them last year. And like, we're supposed to be scared of the Commanders? Bring their ass on. If I'm going to play anybody week 1, let me get tuned up with the Commanders. Abso-fucking-lutely. And we'll do it on the road. No problem. No, I mean, I'm not scared of the damn Commanders. Week 2, and first of all, I understand the Commanders had success against us in 2024, but let's not make no mistake about it. We were competitive with the Commanders, and we were tapping that ass well before then. Okay, so just because they had some success against us in 2024 don't mean shit for 2025. And then we're on the road, back-to-back week. On the road, we go to the Dallas Cowboys. We haven't had any success against the Cowboys in over a decade. Dak has absolutely owned us. I get that. But if I'm going to play the Dallas Cowboys, I want them early in the year. I want us to be as healthy as possible so there's no damn excuses playing playing them. I don't want us to have to play them and we don't have Malik Neighbors or we don't have a Dual Card or a Brian Burns or whoever. I want us to be as fresh as a damn daisy when we play the Dallas Cowboys. Go ahead and get that road game out the way with them. Go ahead. I'm cool with that. No problem. NFC East out of the gate. Give me, if I split those two games, if I go 1-1, I'd be tickled pink. I'd be all fine. I'd be fine. But those are games that, in my opinion, yeah, it's tough to go back-to-back road games, especially in the division. Give me that because I want to see what we really are. I need to know where we rank in the NFC East, and we're going to know after the first 2 weeks, you bunch of scaredy-ass bitches. Week 3, we play the Kansas City Chiefs at home. Sunday night football against one of the best teams in football the last several years. Here's the thing. Everybody's scared to death to play the Chiefs, but I love the fact that that's our first home game. Giant fans on a Sunday night should be jacked up to play Pat Mahomes and the Chiefs. The team that's been the pinnacle of the National Football League. We get them first home game of the season. We should be ready as a fucking fan base. That's not only on the team, that's on us. And everybody's scared to death to play them. They play the Eagles week 2. They have a Super Bowl rematch in week 2. That's a classic letdown spot for the Chiefs to go on the road on Sunday night to play the Giants after you just had a game against the Eagles. That's a classic letdown spot. I'm not scared to death of the Chiefs. Sunday Night Football. We should be on prime time whooping that ass, or at least trying to. And then we're home against the Chargers. They got to go cross country. And I understand the Chargers probably going to be good this year. You know, they could probably win the AFC West. They're going to be a good team, but they still got to come cross country, man. Cross country, early start time for them. Like we have multiple reasons to believe in those two games. And everyone's like, oh, those 0-4. And then, you know, oh, what happens if we go 0-3 or 0-4 and we start to panic and then we play Jackson Dart? That's on us as a fan base. That's on us as a fan base to show some damn patience and understanding. We have to be better. We have to be better. But nevertheless, look, if you come out of the game, if you come out of that first 4 weeks with a couple wins, I'd be fine with that. I'd be happy. I wouldn't be mad at it at all. But we have some chances there. Then we go on the road against the Saints, week 5. You know, how good are the Saints? I don't know. We don't know what the Saints situation is. The Saints could be anything. I think they could be potentially bad, but nevertheless, like, okay, and whatever. Then in week 6, we have the Eagles on a Thursday night. This is another thing, and people are like, well, why are we going to put us on primetime against the Eagles? If we were, and I understand the Eagles fans, listen, don't start talking shit to me, because I'm going to give y'all's flowers. Y'all the champs, y'all this and that. Y'all have owned the Giants over the last decade along with the Cowboys. But here's the thing. If I was ever going to play the Philadelphia Eagles, I would want the Giants to play them at home on a short week. That is an advantage to the Giants. And I understand the travel from Philly to New Jersey ain't that big of a deal. I understand that, just around the turnpike. But if we're going to play the Eagles, I would like an advantage. And to me, home game, short week, that's an advantage for us. So I absolutely take that. And I don't give a damn if it's prime time. It's on a Thursday. Short week, I love that. Give me the Eagles on that short week. Give them that short time to prepare. Like, that to me is an advantage for the Giants. Then this game right here against the Broncos is weird. We're on the road against the Broncos and a sandwich spot against the Eagles again. So we play the Eagles twice in a 3-week span, in week 6 and week 8. And so obviously there's a little sandwich spot right there. The Broncos are that meat. So it's going to be, we're going to have a lot of focus on the Eagles those couple weeks. It'll be fun to have that little dynamic with potentially Philly 500. That's the one thing I hate about the Thursday night game. It's hard to make that trash talking content that, you know, Pizzle loves to make. But that's a weird spot to play the Broncos on the road there. Then we go obviously on the road against the Eagles. And then week number 9, we're at home November 2nd, again against a good, potentially good team in the Niners. But here's the thing. Like the Chargers game, we're at home, early start time for San Francisco. That's an advantage to the Giants. Whether that works out or not, who knows? But that's an advantage to us. The fact that we get them on an early start time. We don't have to play them in late afternoon or in a prime time spot. I love that. I love the fact that we get both the Chargers and the Niners, who both potentially could be good teams, on an early start time. I like that. Then we go on the road against the Bears. Who knows what the Bears... I will say this next upcoming stretch is a little weird because we'll play three of our next 4 games on the road. And the first one would be against the Bears, week 10. You know, who knows what the Bears will be. You know, they could be a good football team with a new coach. You know, obviously they had some pieces last year, and we'll see if they'll expand on that. Then we're home against the Packers. And look, injuries can happen and change the dynamic of these games. That's why these content creators at App here being wetting their tampons today. Like, my God, like, chill out. Chill out. This is not, I understand. Like, every team in the National Football League is good. I mean, most of them are good. Stop whining. What do you want to play? Alcorn State? I don't understand it. So Packers at home, week 11. Then we go on the road against the Lions. So we get that little NFC North deal for 3 weeks in a row. 2 of them on the road. Bears on the road. Packers at home. Lions on the road. Lions obviously a good team. And then we'll get our 3rd primetime game of the year. Week 13. Let's see here. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, week 13 on the road against New England. Monday Night Football, December 1st. look, I mean, the Patriots, potentially are trying to build something like we are. So that's going to be two teams that are going to, at that point, figure out if they've turned the corner or not that deep in the season. It's not a scary opponent to be playing Monday Night Football with. We get two of our primetime games are obviously at home, and this one's on the road, which this one leads to a late in the season bye week, which I love that. I love having a late season bye week because it gives us the chance to make that final push. And in saying that, our last 4 games, 3 of them are at home. So we literally get to spend 4 of the last 5 weeks of the season at home. Our guys get to rest, be at home. This is what I'm saying. You guys been wetting your fucking tampons all day long, and you haven't even seen the positives. We get the Commanders on December 14th at home. Followed up with that, we get the Vikings Week 16 at home. Both of those teams, were good last year. We'll see what they are this year. But, Commanders, again, we get them week 1. We get them a little later in December. And then we go on the road next to last week, week 17, against the Raiders. Who knows? Could be a Saturday, could be a Saturday game, could be a Sunday game. Who knows what the Raiders situation is? But I will say, I don't know that the Raiders are going to be that good. So to have that late season game, if we are somewhat in the mix, I don't mind. If I'm going to go on the road late in the year, I'll go on the road against the Raiders, who I don't know if it's going to be any good, because that could be a good win for us. And then we finish the year at home against the Cowboys. Obviously, we play them week 2, and we play them we won't see them again until the end of the year. Hopefully that game means something for us, because it's always fun when you play the Cowboys, play the Eagles, play the Commanders when they mean something, right? You play your rivals. Obviously, week 1 and week 2, Commanders and Cowboys, those games are going to mean something because the records are going to be what they are. But late in the year against the Cowboys, who knows what our records are going to be in that situation? The Commanders, that December 14th game, who knows what the records are going to be? Those Eagle games will still be fairly important because they'll be week 6 and week 8, right? And even if you have a rough record, you still got time to turn it around, but you need to win those games. So I'm not scared to death of this fucking schedule. You give me 4 of the last 5 at home, or I get to stay at home because I get the bye week and I get three home games to finish out the last 4 games of the season. I see some possibilities here where the Giants could be successful. Look, in a couple weeks, and they do have 3 sets of back-to-back road games. Week 1, week 2, okay? That's tough. Week 7, week 8, Broncos and Eagles. First one's obviously Commanders, Cowboys, then the Broncos, Eagles, week 7, week 8. And then week 12 and week 13, Lions and Patriots. So you've got 3 sets of back-to-back weeks of going on the road, which obviously is tough on a team. It really is, travel-wise. But our biggest travel spots are going out west to Denver, which is that sandwich spots against the Eagles, and then going out west late in the year against the Raiders, which is way late in the year. But these other travel spots ain't that bad. Chicago, Detroit, New England, Philly, New Orleans ain't too tough. Dallas, Washington, this schedule ain't that. I mean, stop fucking crying. Be a damn man. Be a Giants fan, please. But stop being scared. We can do this. This ain't that bad. 60 minutes, baby. Hey. Hey! I'm ready to go. I'm getting ready.